A recent scare tactic that I've noticed on blog sites of late is a statement along the lines to be careful of what you wish for. If the credit crisis continues, nobody will be able to borrow, so you won't be able to borrow to buy assets that have crashed in price. Okay, let's think through this rationally. First of all, there is no doubt that credit has gotten tighter since the start of the credit crisis, and it's going to continue getting tighter. Those spruikers know it. They've probably experienced it themselves, with creditors upping the ante on them. But let's take the hypothetical scenario of a prospective first home buyer who wisely has stayed out of the bubble market and had their head down and bum up saving hard. And they now have a deposit of, say, $80,000. They will easily qualify for a loan right now on, say, a $400,000 house with a 20% deposit. If the scare tactic worked on them, then they would have a mortgage of about $340,000. On the other hand, if they consider that house prices are likely to decline significantly from here, they may plan to continue saving for another 2 or 3 years. And let's assume that the effects of the credit crisis are well and truly washing through the economy. Credit has been much harder to access, and so asset prices have declined significantly. The house is now worth $250,000, and the diligent saver now has $125,000, having benefited from reasonable interest rates on savings and had the security of appropriate insurances on their income and well-being. The prospective first home buyer now has a 50% deposit and will have a mortgage of around just $130,000. Now, the chances of somebody so creditworthy being knocked back for a loan are very, very low. In this scenario, there are a lot of mortgagee in possession sales going on, and the banks do need to provide some credit to the most creditworthy members of society so that there are at least some buyers of these properties. But let's just take the Spruikers argument to the extreme and think about what would happen if nobody could get credit. When there are only cash buyers, how much longer do you think it would take before their $125,000 buys them a house outright? It depends on how much cash is in our society, and we all know the answer to that. Put it on the plastic, thanks. The chances of this extreme example are very low in my view, but it does demonstrate just how desperate these spruikers are to get out of the holes that they've dug for themselves. Thank you. www.geocities.com/homesforaussies. Standing up for affordable housing for all Australians. Written and spoken by Dr. Brett Edgerton, founder of Homes for Aussies.